class. This is Oscar Crawford, the instructor for your Christian Worldview class. You have two assignments this weekend to complete. The instructions for both of these are clear. I speak to both only generally. The Jesus Film Worksheet. When you complete the Jesus Film Worksheet template, where the word questions appears in bold, indicate to me whether or not you have completely reviewed the entire film. Simply write in yes or no by questions. I will observe for your examples from sections of the film in your responses. Make sure to point out those places in the film that you draw on for your responses. The outline template. Thesis statement. I have spoken to some of you to further detail what your thesis statement should be. It should draw on three things: your experiences, your conditions, and your perceptions. I offer this example. Growing up without my mother, living away from home at boarding school, and learning to live on my own from an early age has formed the way I see the world. Add a complete sentence for each of the components you have identified. You're going to see that in the template that you're working on developing your own outline. So from what I've given you in the example, I've pointed out three things, and now I'm going to make a topic sentence out of each one of them. Number one, my mother died days after I was born from a stroke. Number two, living away from home at boarding school was the only life I knew. 3. Living alone and without family made me feel very disconnected. These components of my life have shaped the way I see the world. Next, each of the sentences becomes a topic sentence for paragraph development. Here, you say more about each component. I offer this example. My mother struggled to live long enough to give me life. I learned she had not been well during the time she carried me. Her blood pressure had been high all the time. I never met my mother, but I honor her every day of my life because her mission was to give me birth. After she gave me birth, her mission was complete and she died. I always have her picture with me because I always feel she is with me. You will write 1 or 2 paragraphs to support each topic sentence, working towards your conclusion. Keep these things in mind as you develop your outline. My final note for this week is make sure to complete your work on the template designed for it. This is a must. This was Oscar Crawford, the instructor for your Christian Worldview class.